Hi everyone, this is not a very safe work video, so, here is my Volks SDGrG body review. So first I want to jump into some specifics about no-no, and then I'll get into the body. So I'm just going to run over a few things. The first thing is, as far as I know, no-no has one of the biggest heads of the larger girls. She wears a 9/10 size wig. Her eyes are 22mm, and that's what she came with. And that's kind of all the specific no-no stuff. But another stat I can give you guys is, here are her high heel shoes. I'm not sure about her flat feet shoes, but her heel legs wear a SD16 size shoe. I don't know the exact measurement, but if you get an SD16 size shoe, they should fit. The heel leg is also just single jointed. I've never changed it to the double jointed flat foot. I'm pretty sure it's double jointed anyway, so I can't really speak that much about that one. But I guess now that I've told you about a few statistics, my favorite thing about the body is just how detailed it is. I really don't like Volks' other bodies at all. This body has a ton of detail, and she has detail on her stomach and her neck. Even her arms have some, and her legs. I think it's a really well done body. She can sit up pretty well. That's one of the things she does well. I have to admit, this body is very floppy, and I have tightened it. And it's a little hard to string because it's a little different, but she does sit nicely at least. So her head is very floppy. I think if I get one of those plastic rings, I think they call them potato rings, that might help. So I'm probably going to get those soon. But she does sit up pretty well. And then in the back, she does actually have some nice, kind of, I guess you'd call them discs. So she can slouch to varying degrees, which is pretty cool. So I do like that. And the arms are double jointed, and she can hold a pose with them, which is nice. So I'm never worried about her arms holding the pose, really. So she can go pretty far back, and I think it poses pretty well. So she also has a nice little kind of cup in her arm, so her arm rotates nicely. So it can rotate all around and everywhere, and she can really, hold her arm in different positions, which is nice. And the hands do have the one-touch system. So how that works is, I guess I'll show you guys again, is you pull the hand out, and then if you can see there, it's hard to see probably, there's the ball joint with little rivets for the S-hook, and you can just take the hand right off that way. So it sits, you don't have to worry about it kind of falling through and restring it, and that's what they call the one-touch, like, hand changing method is. So that's all it is. You pull it through, you put the S-hook in the ridge, you pull the hand off. So it makes it easy to put outfits on, which I like. I think that the skin tone is nice. It's kind of like a whiter, normal skin tone, and it does have that UV protect, which is nice. And the torso is separated, which is pretty cool. So you have the top, you have the midsection, and then it separates into this pelvic section. And the really cool thing is inside there, which I'll probably show better sometime, is a pulley system. And I'm not taking her apart right now because it's a pain in the butt, honestly, to get her to come apart. But she does have an interesting pulley system where the string goes around. And actually, Volks was really nice. I emailed them saying I didn't have instructions on how to restring her, and they actually, I don't know if it was just because of me, but right after I did that, they actually posted on their blog how to restring SDGrG girls. So I love Volks. I think they're great. Here's kind of what the inside up there looks like. This is nothing too crazy. It's just kind of like a mound of resin, and then the string goes through there. And like I said, the body does come with other legs. I've just never used those. They're sitting in her box still. Otherwise, I guess I can talk about some more things I don't like about the body. So I talked about how floppy it is, which is disappointing to me, but I'm not too worried since I do think it's beautiful, and I really don't mind that much. I do want to tell you that there is a problem with SDGrG knees. So in the back of the knee, you have the S-hook, and I actually turned mine around, and I'll tell you why. I don't know if you can see that, but right here, the top part of the knee, the S-hook actually dug into the resin and cut some out on both of the knees, and that is apparently common. I've talked to other owners. They said the same thing. So actually an easy, nice fix you can do is you just turn the S-hook around so the curved part is touching this, and it actually won't erode it away anymore. So if you do get this girl, I highly recommend switching the S-hook around because otherwise you will have chipped knees, which stinks. So that is kind of one thing I really don't like about the body. And the other thing I said, again, that I've said for like the 5th time, is it's very floppy. So there's that. Also, I'm not going to get her to stand right now because she is very difficult to get to stand. I have had her stand before. I've actually had her standing for an hour once. She just doesn't stand very well, so it can be hard to get her to stand, especially in the high heel legs. She might stand better in the flat-footed leg, but I also have a stand for her, so I don't mind as much. But that's kind of it for the review. I would say, in a summary, I think the body looks great. It's very mature. It definitely has everything I want aesthetically. Posability isn't there as much. I think that kind of from here to here, you have nice posability. She can pose from here well. Her arms pose well. Her head's very floppy, but again, that could be because I'm missing one of the little plastic discs that help stabilize it a little bit. And she just doesn't stand very well. So if you're looking for a doll that poses awesome, you may not want this girl, but if you want something that looks really beautiful and will look great in clothes, then I think you should go for the Volks Super Doll for Graffiti body. I think it's one of their best bodies they have, and I think it's just absolutely beautiful. That is it. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Bye, everyone.